Julia, thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Now,
Good morning.
when we first met, you said that you were a psychotherapist, and I went, that's really interesting. Psychotherapist sounds like an intimidating term. So what does that mean? What's a psychotherapist?
Yeah, so the term is newer for us in Ontario and Canada, but really it breaks down to psychological therapist. So psychology referring to our thoughts and mind, our thoughts and feelings. So therapy for our mind.
Makes sense. Straightforward, easy, much easier than picking up a mic out of a mic stand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
It's really great. It's okay, I had trouble with that too, don't worry. Mental health. It's a big, convoluted topic. There's lots to it, our thoughts, our feelings, emotions. Could you boil that down for us? Could you give us an illustration or a framework to help us understand that a little bit more?
Yeah. So we could say that mental health is like music. And so we live in community, so that's like being part of an orchestra. So the key features of an orchestra, we have a conductor, we have a music instructor, we have music, we have our fellow musicians, we have an instrument, and we have an ability to tune and play our instrument. So from a mental health standpoint, our conductor gives us purpose and meaning for our music, and as Christians we call that person God. If we've asked him into our life, we have a music instructor. We have Jesus beside us who can help us tune our instrument, help us tweak our thoughts and feelings so they're directed toward truth. We have our fellow musicians, so our believers, our close people who we can share our music with, who can also help us tweak or regulate our thoughts and feelings. And we have an instrument that God has given uniquely to us that has its own unique features, has been influenced by the experiences and environments it's been in from the womb right up until today. We have our ability to tune and play our instruments, directing and shaping our thoughts and feelings, and I call that the mind. So all those components working together contribute to our mental health.
Yeah, that's fascinating. I was thinking about this example. My wife and I went on a date a number of years ago to the Calgary Philharmonic Orchestra, and I was like, oh, this is great. I'm scoring big points. This is fantastic. We get there, and it was a hot mess on stage. Everybody was doing their own thing and tuning, and I'm like, I spent money on this thing? What's going on?
Yeah.
And then that conductor walked on the stage, and instantly everybody was like in tune and in sync with each other. And that's just a great picture. Think of that illustration about the complexity, but yet the simplicity around our mental health and our mental well-being, growing healthy in our minds, as it were.